Not that long ago, in the Cleckenbell farm raid, we got a new Imani car, which is the Canis Terminus off-road vehicle. If you played Cleckenbell farm raid, this is one of the vehicles you can steal to use farther in the missions. I will also link my guide down below. So let's talk all about this new car, the Imani upgrades, regular upgrades, drivability, do an armor test, and at the end I will tell you if this vehicle is worth your money. First off, you will have to swallow that huge price tag of $1.8 million. But don't worry, your wallet will not get too thick, since when you start upgrading it, you will have to spend another $1 million to fully upgrade it. This car is definitely great looking, way better than the Canis Mesa you can find on the streets, which was the previous version of the Canis Terminus. As you can see, I parked it like a real Jeep person, since this vehicle is based off the Jeep Wrangler, if you couldn't tell. A neat thing is that when you open the trunk, it has a really unique opening mechanism like on the real Jeep Wranglers. The car is twerking right now, maybe let's get it on a more stable ground. Well, it's more stable now and you can see the nice opening mechanism now. Wow! Terminus has a quite quick acceleration, but the max speed kind of feels slow, but it can drive up the hills quite nicely, and I'm guessing the torque from the acceleration is helping quite a lot. Let's stop playing with it and look at the more important stuff, like what it has to offer in terms of upgrades. Upgrades as expected nowadays are really good. You will have 23 different upgrades to choose from, so let's get to them. There are tons of off-road dedicated upgrades like front and back bumpers, which can both have the stock look, or you can choose to have steel ones for extra toughness. To match that toughness, you can change the arch covers to either not have them at all or have smaller ones which nicely flow with the body lines. To match that, you can also choose doors which carry that black line, or you can choose to have tube doors if you wanted to. There are a lot of options for them. This car also has nice hood options which can have even this black or some other accents to it. And at the back you can also choose different types of tire carriers or choose not to have one at all. To finish the look on the sides, you have a lot of skirt options which are basically just a bunch of different rock slider options. The upgrades that I don't like that much are the grills. It has a classic angry-eyed looking grille which people love to hate, and I'm kind of one of those persons who doesn't really like that look. But if you like it, under the windshield upgrades you can also add that border around the windshield to finish the look. Or if you are like me and don't want that look, you can add snorkels or the roof mounted light bar, which is functional and will light up when you put on your high beams. Now I left one upgrade for the end, which is quite weird. You have few roof options, either not to have it and choose from few roll cage options, or go with the painted roof or slant back roof options. So what's weird about them? Well, what's weird is the fact that on the painted roof version there are no windows on the sides or the back, and on the slant back roof you can see that there are no side windows by the tint missing on them. It is so weird why there are no windows there, so hopefully it's a bug and might get fixed in the future. But seeing that this car is over 1 week old, it probably is never going to get fixed. Oh well. But that's not all from the upgrades, you also have Imani upgrades, so let's take this car to the agency garage. Here you will be able to add the glorious missile lock-on jammer, which is just essential in the online lobbies to protect yourself against those pesky griefers. You will also be able to add slick mines, which will drop behind your vehicle and make other cars spin out. But even more importantly, you can add armor plating, which will make your car withstand some homing rockets, and since it will add the armor to the doors, all the door options will have these plates stuck on them. Speaking of armor, let's test how many rockets this new Canis Terminus can withstand. So after acquiring some random person to sit inside the car while I shoot at it, we can begin the test. That's one. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 9. That's 12. Oh, so 12 is the number, so it can withstand 12 homing rockets. That's good. It's the only off-road car that can withstand that much rockets, so I think it's good. Let's go to the next part. So from me in the past, you can see that the Canis Terminus can withstand 12 homing rockets, which is 9 homing rockets more compared to the other off-road Imani car, which is the monstrosity, which can only withstand 3 homing rockets. So the armor with the lock-on missile jammer is definitely a good combination to feel safe in an online lobby while you are off-roading. Enough about the armor, so let's look at it, drive it, and even do definitely a scientific speed test. Terminus, even without the upgrades, looked great, but tastefully applied upgrades definitely help to enhance the look. If you leave the white underglow lights, they can act like rock lights on real off-road vehicles, which look pretty cool at night. Overall, it is a great looking car, so now let's drive it. It is still really quick on acceleration, and the top speed also feels like it has increased significantly. The cornering is also not that bad, knowing this is an off-road car, which is quite top heavy. But it wasn't really meant for the road, so let's go off the road. On the dirt it is quite great since it grips the surface perfectly as expected from any off-road cars. It is really good at climbing mountains, which is quite fun to do with these kinds of vehicles. Suspension travel is great when hitting bumps, but it definitely doesn't feel as good as the Jogger suspension, which has one of the best feeling shocks in the game. But my opinion is really subjective, so let's go do something that is less subjective, the speed test. So it is only right I test it against the same Jogger, since a Jogger is a similar off-road vehicle which has a top speed of 112 miles per hour. From the test you can see that they finished about at the same time, and since the new Terminus has a quicker acceleration, I think it is safe to assume that these both vehicles have the same top speed at 112 miles per hour. And I'm not going to drag it on, I really genuinely think that if you have the money, this car is definitely worth to get. It looks great, it drives great, and more importantly, it is safe. You will have plenty of upgrades to make it look wonderful, and Imani upgrades will make this car a tank. But that's only my opinion, so please leave your judgments down below. If you like the video, please subscribe, and as always, I will see you lovely people in the next one. Have a wonderful day. She, man. Done it quick.